It is March 9th, and that prompts me to salute the late, great, notorious B.I.G. We miss you, big homie. Wish you was here. Genuinely, honest to God, wish you was still here, my brother. Top shot top. This is about crime. Y'all love to smoke, so I got to give it to you. That's what I see y'all love, huh? Yeah, you liked that beast shit, right? The urgency. And I'm gonna bust some more shots tonight. That one was one I felt I needed to do. This one I feel like I have to do. I have to do it because although I am a policeman, although I am law enforcement, although if I catch you slipping, you're done for. I want to help you out because you're my brother still, and I'm tired of seeing y'all do whack crime. Really and truly, cops and robbers is like cat and mouse. Whoever has the better day that day wins. So, your job as Shotta, so-called, is to complete whatever mission you on without me intercepting you. And my job is to intercept you before you pull off that crime. Whatever that crime is that you're trying, or you're about to try. I'm here to stop you in your tracks. Shotta. The lesson will come out by part 2, by the end of part 2, who knows? I'm gonna do it organized, alright? Because this is organized crime. I can't tell that, I gotta sell that. My criminal subordinates that have visited Rikers Island, Central Booking, Scotland Yard, JGP, Leavenworth. Y'all Leavenworth guys, y'all are the dangerous ones. Rebel without a cause. Because you see, even in crime, bad mind should not exist. So it's all about what you in this for. If you're in it to maim, hurt, and pillage, you can do that on your own. You don't need to be having counterparts helping you with that. You need to do that on your own so that when you get shot on your own and no one else is mixed up in your foolishness. See my badge clearly because I'm gonna flash it on you at the least expected moment. You will no doubt get shot. Or worse, who knows? But no one should be with you when that reaches you. When that happens to you, you need to be by yourself. Because you need to be in this thing for money. Number one, money. There's very little morals, but there's a little bit in there. There's a little bit in there, contrary to popular belief. There's morals in crime, just like there's morals in war. And what do you think Leavenworth is there for? America thinks they have morals in their crimes of war. So, obviously, morals is part of crime. Crime is relative. It's relative to the person that's defining it. Crime could be jaywalking. In my eyes, that's just crossing the street. That's not crime. Harming an unarmed, uninvolved civilian. That's crime. Civilians are supposed to be neutral in crime. Yes, when you rob a bank, it's not the right thing when you shoot the security guard. You hold him down. You don't shoot him. You don't turn a robbery into a murder. You are the Shotta in the crew that needs to be extracted and dealt with, because that's not part of the game. Much as you might think it is, it's not. It's not a game. It's not a game of cops and robbers. It's not a thing for guys that's looking for action. It's obvious. It's actually not. The strongest, biggest outcome, the least amount of work put in. Having to shoot somebody is at the top of that list of don'ts. I mean, when you rob the bank, you want to come out with the money and leave with everyone's life intact inside, ideally, right? I think we're clear on what we should be in this for. Let's go over it again. Money over bullshit. Remember that? We're gonna keep that term rocking. It shines light in so many different places. On the morals behalf, robbing the poor. Robbing the poor is immoral, and to put it in layman's terms, it's some sucker shit. Why you want to take from someone with less than you? That means you lazy. You're lazy, you really don't have a call. Some people just rob just to start trouble, for the rush of it. I'm talking about some of the ones that know you are an official dog shit. They don't really need what they're taking. That kind of foolishness is no place for that. And you see this? If I'm a cop and I catch you on that, you're going down. I'm gonna arrest you. You are under arrest. Get the fuck in jail. You robbing an old lady, I'm gonna arrest you. I'm gonna make sure to find a way to crack your skull on the way to the precinct. That's sucker shit. Robbing a small child, like for their cell phone or their little sneakers or their book bag. It's a lot of y'all little scavenger sucker vultures rolling around out there. I really am not even addressing you right now, because you ain't nothing. You're really nothing. The title of this show is Top Shotta. It takes something to earn that title. You're not it. Know that. So we're not gonna rob the poor. We're not gonna rob the weak. We're not gonna rob people with less than us, because that's sucker shit. Okay? Here's one for the quintessential soldier shooter that's really not the thinker. It's really the actor. Okay? And that's the part you play in the crew. You doing extra shit. Don't be doing extra shit. If I say we're going in, let's say, the check cashing place, and there's a security guard there, I instruct you to occupy that guard while I do the other half of the crime, which is gathering the money, and we make our exodus, depending on how well or not you hold that guard down. I get the money successfully, we're on the way out the door, and you pull some Wayne Grove shit. You ever seen Heat? Don't be a Wayne Grove. Wayne Groves out there. You took a life or two, desire to take a life or three, right? You that Shotta, right? You have no purpose. Safety your gun and sit your black ass down. Shooting the guard or finding a reason, creating a reason. I had to make a move, man. I had to make a move, man. You saw that? He reached for it, man. Like that bullshit. So you shot the guard because he looked like he was about to scratch his head. and you had the situation under control. Our worst case scenario is an armed robbery charge. But now we are up to murder in the act of armed robbery. That's Fed time, playboy. Like, we're fucking going down. That was some extra sucker shit that you didn't need to do. I'm talking to you type of characters, y'all cowboys that just love to clap off for no apparent reason. You are in it for the action. You are not in it for the money. Talking to you, Wayne Groves out there. You be acting like you the only one with a gun. Wayne Grove, you not the only one with a gun. Respect is respect. Even in the midst of a heated shootout. If I'm aiming at you and I hit a little girl behind you, that's on me. That's on my soul. I really need to go to jail for that. Morally, on a moral level. I'm shooting at my mortal enemy, okay? But how did I get myself in that situation? I got myself in that situation because I was acting like I'm the only person with a gun. It's unhealthy for you to act like you're the only person that has a gun. When you're on the street, you're gonna act like you're the only person that has a gun. And you know what? You ain't but 2 people away from somebody that has a bigger gun than you. It could fuck around and be that same old lady. Haha! Wouldn't that be great for you? Wouldn't that be great for you to go try rob that old lady on some sucker shit? And she just, instead of pull the money out, just pull out like a snub-nosed 357 and just burst your shit. You would really laugh at yourself in the afterlife. That's how big of a clown you are. I'm gonna take my time with it, alright? Ladies, I'm gonna take my time with it. Fucking with you. The gun. There's rules to the gun. There's many rules to the gun. Okay? Whether you hold one legally or illegally, there is many rules to the gun. The gun got so much rules. The gun has rules when it's on your waist. The gun has rules when it's hollering in the middle of battle. The gun has rules when it's just sitting on your bedroom table watching you fuck. The gun has rules when you're around your children and there is absolutely no need for it in the short-term level timeline. The gun has rules when it is in the vehicle. There's many rules to the gun when the gun is being carried in your vehicle. Rules, street rules, American justice system rules. And those rules vary upon, depending upon what state you're in. Okay? So it's when and when not you should really have that gun. That's what it boils down to, really. On a pickup, you should have that gun. On a buy, you should have that gun. All you narcotics guys out there, on the buy, you should have the gun. As the capo, lieutenant should have the gun. And all your shooters should have their gun. On the buy, on the drive, you should have the gun. It behooves you to have more than one vehicle. Figure that out. A transfer is a time to have the gun. On deck, ready. Because transfers turn into robbery, especially in Diet Coke business. In the lab should have many guns. Labs get robbed. A gunshot victim of a robbery will be in a lab. Most soldiers and shooters don't have clean records. They're usually carrying the gun illegally. They have a gun on them that's not registered. There's the conflict now. That's why America does things the way they do, because they don't want your top shooters having legal guns. So thus the justice system and how it's rigged up, you know, you don't need that kind of power. You're riding dirty. You have the machine. And it's mad rules, like I said. If the gun is in the car, there should be no reckless behavior in the car. There should be no paraphernalia in the car. There should be no smoking in the car. Cigarette nor weed. No smoking going on whatsoever. Why? If I gotta explain that to you, you're just too simple to be watching this. No more than 2 people in the car. Camouflage reason. The cops love a full car of urban youth that are dressed in the typical way an urban youth dresses. You see in a bunch of grills and gold chains, dreads and throwback jerseys, and shifting and moving around and looking backwards every 2 seconds. And bro, this is actually the scenario right before the cops get scared and start shooting. And if you're on a run, it behooves you to start shooting first. That's just a reality, because you know that it's either them or you at that point. So let the crime movie music roll in right about now. Those are the things that cause them to stop you in the first place. Your look. You're gonna polish that look up. You're not gonna drive the M3. You're gonna drive the Toyota Prius. You're not gonna have 5 guys piled up in the car for no apparent reason. For what? You're gonna have your 2 smartest shooters in front. You're not gonna smoke weed in the car. Thus you get pulled over. They don't have that stupid reason that they come up with every time. Oh, I smell marijuana. There's a marijuana scent in your car. Bullshit. You're going to make sure the car is in fit condition to be on the road. Paperwork, plates, tail lights working, head crack. The tail light head crack. Don't go for the tail light head crack. You need to preppy up. Dead ass. Sounds stupid? It sounds extreme? That could be the difference between your freedom or not. That could be the difference between going home and not being noticed, none at all, squeezing by a checkpoint, or getting pulled out of the car, dug down, and wind up in central bookings on the way to RIKER'S Island for a possession and intent to distribute charge. Oh, yes, you did have that gun, so add on the weapons possession charge to that. And both you and your Cody have the same charge. Doesn't help to elongate your career. It helps to shorten it. Riding dirty means riding without papers, correct papers, or a suspended license, or no insurance, or no registration on the vehicle, or smoking in the vehicle, or getting caught with drugs in the vehicle and paraphernalia in the vehicle, or weapons in the vehicle. And risking that. That's riding dirty. Snitching on yourself. Because everybody's on that no snitching shit. There's no bigger person that believes in no snitching and honor than I. Know that now, before I say this. You snitching on yourself, and you doing it in little ways that you don't even know. You don't have to be like your man Casanova when he went on DJ Vlad and told Vlad all that stuff, and now they're using his lyrics and his professions on the show against him in court. The things you do when you're just acting normal and you think no one's watching you is telling on you. The house you buy is telling on you. Let's say you're smarter than that. Let's say you were able to manage that house. You got it like that. You got it like that to get that house. You get that house. Now, your car is going to be the next thing speaking for you. What kind of vehicle you going to have out there? Are you going to have 2 Tahoes with 26s on them and spinners and paint jobs and muffler kits, jet black tints? Every time you pull up, you're bumping something dumb loud to where it's shaking the neighborhood. Every time you take off, same deal. That's telling on yourself. Looks ignorant to your well-off neighbors. If you were driving a Prius, they wouldn't notice you. Feel me? If you were the boss, this sounds like something you might need to take notes on and consider. Clothing you wear. If every day they see you come out in fatigues and all black everything, Averex leathers and Timbs every day, Air Force, Jordans, Cuban links everywhere, diamond studs on both sides and the whole deal, the grills and all that. It's your mannerisms. It's how you look. Down to the music you play. I live in the suburbs. Neighbors, quite frankly, are intimidated by my music when I play. I'm talking about reggae like U-Roy and Bob Marley, Biddy McLean. What's scary about Biddy McLean? It's the nature of that type of tax bracket. Conservative ones that got there without shooting guns and selling jums, they don't understand your world. They don't understand how you attained your riches. They assume everyone came about their riches the same way, which is foolish. But that's how that profile is. Dumb like that. So we're going to call them the textiles. They don't understand how you came up. Another thing that can speak for you. It's so simple and so stupid, but peep what I'm saying. If conservative white neighbors see you with a poodle, they think it's so cute. It looked hilarious to me, but it's something that calms their nerves about your image. Now they can have the most vicious pit bull or Great Dane or Cane Corso, and it'll be like a little petite white woman walking a big Ross Cane Corso that can kill you. I'm in love with that. And there's nothing abnormal about that to them. But if you have a little red nose, they notice it. They think you're a thug. They think you're a drug dealer, bro. Ain't that some shit? Your pet could tell on you. Here's another one. The women you deal with. Alright, Shotta? If you have a wife, they love the shit out of you. Especially if you have kids. It's an image of normalcy to them. But here's the flip side of that. They see you with a different hoe every night. They see you come through with a different hoe every night, bro. It's telling on you. It's talking on you. Now, I know most Shotta, you're going to struggle with that one. You're going to struggle with that one. But I'm telling you the facts. They notice the difference between someone that has a one woman and somebody that loves the hoes. They notice you. When you love the hoes, they notice you. If you keep that kind of thing discreet from them, they notice that too. That's how people are. They nosy. They'll be in their window watching you and debating back and forth between one another I wonder what he does. You think he sells drugs? Nah, he probably a scammer. Nah, he's probably a rapper. Nah, he's probably some kind of athlete or something. Nah, I think he might sell textiles. Absolutely not. That's the last thing they're gonna assume. Buying dumb shit. This is the next one now. When they see you expand on your home or your house that you bought, they kind of admire a thing like that. That to them doesn't come from the mind of a drug dealer or a bank robber or a shooter or a whatever, an assassin. That to them is not something you would be doing. Let's say they see you with a fur coat, a black mink. That's gonna look a different way than you expanding on your house. Let's say you already own 2 cars. Let's say you got a Hemi, a Challenger, and Ford Expedition 2020. Okay? You already own those cars. And next week now, they see you come in, you got a brand spanking Corvette. It's like, it's in that range where it doesn't have much use. Front finding car, a front magnet, it tells on you. If you would have bought a minivan, the most expensive minivan in America, they wouldn't have noticed. But you bought a Corvette, a 2-seater, $100,000 vehicle, and you already own some cars that they know of. We're coming, because the lady next door is gonna tell on you. She's gonna start to speculate. Then she's gonna start to investigate. Then it's time for us to haterate. Yo, Pete, I'm gonna catch you on part 2. This would be a good one. This is Giuseppe.